What's happening?
And hopefully Matt can join us today
for you. What's happening, everybody? What's happening?
And hopefully Matt can join us. I know you're hanging out in the wings there. Are we live?
What's happening, everybody?
If not, we'll be going live on Facebook very soon. Then we'll get this puppy going. So, real quick. Oh, Mark's from New Hampshire as well. Awesome. I got a neighbor. Oh, we're live on Facebook. Fantastic. All right, cool. So, welcome to our typical Saturday morning webinar, and we're going to hopefully blind you guys with science and share a lot of value today. And Juana has put together a very good presentation for us today, and we're going to talk about something that is, I would say, a little more advanced than we normally do, but also something that could help you out immensely. And just bear with me 1 second here, guys. I'm just trying to get to. I want to pull this up on my phone so I can see the live feed right now. Make sure we get to any questions that's going on there. Oh, Bob Beckett chiming in. What's going on, Bob? Cool. So we're live there. Trevor's on. Everybody's on. It's cool with technology. We're doing this here. We got like the webinar room. We got the Facebook Live. Got a lot of good stuff going on. So anyway, like I said, we put together a presentation for you. And if you guys realize that one of the last funnels that Now Lifestyle came out with, it's either called the free funnel or it's called the best shape funnel. And those are in your members areas. For those of you guys that are with Now Lifestyle, if you're not with Now Lifestyle, we'll cover some stuff in a second here. But also realize that the new funnels that just came out are lead magnets, because the capture page, when you're looking at the beginning capture page, it says free 5-minute video reveals, and people can click on it and they can get that free video by giving their email address. So that's what we wanted to cover today, and we wanted to cover not only just, having a lead magnet with Now Lifestyle, but creating your own lead magnet as well, and really branding yourself, stepping out of your shell, becoming a leader, and just becoming more of a digital entrepreneur. And it's going to help brand you. It's going to help brand the value that you put out, and be able to take your business from doing good to doing great, or really take you over that hump and get you achieving some really good results. So if that's something that you're interested in, then obviously stay tuned to what we have for you here. And before we kick the webinar off, I just want to cover a couple of basic things that if you're brand new to this, if you are tuning into this for the very first time, first off, welcome. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch this webinar. Our goal for you is to provide you with as much value as possible. We do this every single week. We have multiple trainings every single week. We have our Thursday night webinar with Janet, who is amazing. We have our Saturday webinars, and we also have a lot of other lives that we do throughout the week with Joel. And our goal is to try to provide you guys with as much value as possible so you can make the best educated decision that if you're going to build a business or you're going to get healthy, then you have all the information that you need. All right. So thank you for being here. And one thing you need to realize, and I cover this at the beginning of every single webinar that I do, is that if you want to have a result in your life, and a lot of people say they want success or they want to be successful. Well, those are byproducts of what you truly want, what deep down you truly want, and it really starts with just making that decision. You guys need to make the decision that if you want to change in your life, if you want a result in your life, if you want to have more, be more, do more, all of those good things, you have to decide that this is something for you, okay? And you just need to decide what result you want. So if it's more time with your family, it's to travel the beaches of the world. If it's to go on a lot of vacations, to drive a really cool car, to spend more time with your family, whatever that result is that you want, just make that decision. And I don't mean just think about it, like really concretely decide that this is what I want to do. And then once you do that, immediately start taking massive imperfect action. And don't worry about getting it right. Don't worry about being perfect. Don't worry about, dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's and getting every last thing perfect. Because if you worry about getting it perfect, and this is where most people have that hiccup, they make that decision that, yes, I want a result, and then they start to take action, and then they realize before they take one step out of the door, they open the door to new opportunities, to take one step in, and they're like, wow, this is a lot of info. Let me read, let me watch videos, let me explore. And then it's like you watch video after video after video after video after video after video. And yes, I know that was redundant, but that's the point. People spend so much time researching and reading and watching videos, and they take zero action. And then they get overwhelmed and they quit. It's really too bad. It's really too bad, because the best thing that you can do for yourself is to take action and get people, as many people as possible, clicking on your link. Get your back office set up. And if you don't know how to do that, then just, hang out with us, message us afterwards. But we have things that can help you get your back office set up, and you can do it in less than an hour. And people have reached out to me and said, hey, I'm really excited about this. I really want to get going. I really want to do this business, but they let their big old butt get in the way. But I got this vacation over here, but I got this thing over here, but I got this thing. And they're coming up with all these excuses already. And it's like, well, maybe I can get started in a month after all the dust settles. It's like, we're talking less than an hour that you can take to set up your business and get some traffic flowing to your business in less than an hour. So what are you waiting for? Take massive imperfect action. Just go. And if you've made that decision, everything else will start to roll, and then you can start to learn as you go. And guys, that's the beautiful thing about this business, is you don't need to know it all up front. You can learn as you go. You can earn as you learn. And it's beautiful. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. And as you're taking massive imperfect action, you stay consistent. You keep doing the same things every day. You keep learning every day. You keep growing every day. You keep growing your own personal development. You keep growing your mindset. And you can learn to become that person, learn to become that person that brings in those results that you originally decided that you wanted. And the number two most important thing, besides making that decision, you got to decide first, is never, ever quit. Never, ever quit. And it amazes me. It absolutely amazes me, the timing of sometimes when and why people quit. I don't understand it. But, I had probably one of the second people that I signed up with Now Lifestyle back in March. They just quit yesterday. I was like, wow. You have over 500 people in your downline and you're going to walk away. I don't understand it. Maybe that to me is they just really didn't 100% decide that, the result that they wanted. Maybe they weren't sure. Maybe they were unsure of themselves. Maybe they didn't have the confidence. I don't know. And my goal as an entrepreneur and my goal as a leader, as a coach, is to try to reduce the amount of attrition in this business by providing you guys with the most amount of tools, the most amount of knowledge, more than any other company, more than any other team, more than anything, is to try to provide you guys with the most amount of resources that you guys can use to find success in this business. Because although network marketing isn't perfect, it's just better. Okay? It's better than going to work just over broke or going to work a job. So other than that, guys, appreciate you guys for being here. So we're going to share with you a lot of value today. And before we get into that, I want to introduce my sister from another mister, from the Windy City in Chicago. Juana, why don't you say hi to the group and just let everybody know what made you get started? Why are you here today?
Good morning, everybody. I told my story, so maybe some of you have heard it before, but it's always a good introduction because we have quite a high attendance today, and I'm sure some of you are new. I started this mainly because I hate being stuck in my cubicle. The idea of having to be there 8 to 5, no matter what, if I'm busy or not, it's just, not my cup of tea, just to put it that way. And I have a 5-year-old son, and as he's growing up, he started asking for different things and to join, all kinds of activities and all that. And I wasn't able to find anything for him that would be after my work hours. the only activity that I was able to do was swimming, which he's getting tired of right now. And he wants to do soccer and karate and all that. Nothing's available in the Chicago area where I live around 6 or 7 o'clock at night. Everything is during the day. So I always had to say no to him from a time perspective as well as money perspective. You know how it is when you have a job, and even when you're in, like management levels, because of everything that's happening around, and the raises per year are so amazingly high, just about a 3% going with the, market and everything. I can't really say that I was working living paycheck to paycheck, but it wasn't where I wanted to be. And I got tired and frustrated of always saying no to my son because I cannot either afford it, or I just basically don't have the time to take him and do the things that he wanted to do. So I went online, found a couple really good people, one of them being Daniel, reached out, and here I am. It's been
awesome.
For me.
Right. But you took action, though, for sure.
Exactly. It's really hard in the beginning. I had no idea. I didn't know how to create a funnel. I didn't know what to say in a video. I didn't know how to put together an email or anything like that. But I liked the idea of working from anywhere in the world, basically, as long as I have my phone or my computer and an internet connection. And that to me was the ultimate freedom. And I wanted that so bad that I've spent, I think, the first couple of months of doing this on my laptop every single night. Coming home, I would sit there. Everybody was asleep, and I would sit on my laptop till like 2 or 3 in the morning, like Daniel said, watching video after video, waking up the next morning a few hours before going to work and trying to put what I learned the night before into action. Just starting with small posts on Facebook, doing my first YouTube video, just doing something. And that's what it's all about. Just take one little step at a time, and eventually your progress and your love for doing all this crazy stuff, it just falls into place. It's not that hard once you start doing it once or twice. After that, you'll be like, oh, really? Now it only takes me 3 minutes to put together a funnel? Yes, that's all it is. It's really amazing after you try it a couple of times on what this business can really do for you and for your life.
Yeah, I think, you brought up a good point too. And a lot of people don't realize this, especially in the beginning, but over time, the more you, as long as you make your decision, which one, obviously it sounds like you've made your ultimate decision, and that's, your son and your family, and, creating that lifestyle. We don't have to think about money. You can provide anything that you want to your family and just not have to think about it. You can be anywhere you want, not have to think about it. And that's the beauty of this business, is that, you get to do those things. And, I've been fortunate enough to do that myself. I get to be here every single day with my family. When we want to get up and go, we get up and go. It's a great thing. But also, as you're going through this and as you're learning, one of my mentors and a guy who's going to be in Cabo, I hope you guys are going to be in Cabo in a couple of weeks, because, one of my mentors and, really good friends, Nick Anderson, is going to be there. And he taught me from an early start in this business that you need to fall in love with the process. And it's the process of doing some of the things, like whether it be creating a funnel or, for me, I love video marketing. I love email marketing. I love helping others. So when we get to do webinars like this, when we get to teach and train and coach and educate people, that's the stuff that I love. It's the helping others on a bigger scale. And that's part of falling in love with the process. That's the actual process part that I love. And everything else the results just come from that. And the more you focus on the process, and the more you get good at falling in love with the process and getting good at the teaching, the educating, the coaching, the learning, all of that other stuff is going to just naturally come. Because you can't, if you look at it in a bigger scale, you can't enjoy teaching hundreds and thousands of people and think that there's not going to be any results that come from that. There's very few areas in life where that would happen, but most of the time, especially when it comes to an online business, if you enjoy some of those things and you fall in love with the process, the results will just happen. So why don't we get into this? So first off, like I said, we're talking about a lead magnet today. And, I appreciate Juana. Thank you, Juana, for putting these slides together and taking us through this presentation today. But exactly, a lot of times, I know the first time I heard it, I'm like, lead magnet, what does that thing sound, what's that sound weird? That was like the first time I heard of a sales funnel. I was like, sales funnel? And then I found out what it was. Like, wow, that sounds really cool. Man, that could help my business. And now it's like we're talking about lead magnets. So what exactly is a lead magnet? Why don't you kind of take us through it?
So to put it beautifully, it's basically an irresistible offering and also kind of your first thank you to your subscriber or your future teammate or customer or anything along those lines, because when they first see your opt-in page and that's all they see in the beginning, they don't know who you are, what you're doing, your personality or anything at all. But by offering them something for free right off the bat, in exchange for their name, email address, phone number, whatever you want to ask for them in that opt-in page, it kind of gives you a little boost over everybody else who's just not doing it, basically. And people appreciate when they get something for free and they can learn something right off the bat without having to pay for it. And they appreciate the fact that you kind of thought of them right off the bat, and you're not basically just asking for that sale or sign up or whatever you're offering them. And lead magnets can be very different and diverse, but basically it's just a chunk of value that you're providing to your prospect. So they will give you their email address and contact information and be part of your newsletter or email list. And you could do this with ebooks, reports, PDF, training videos, a series of training videos, anything that comes to mind where you would be comfortable educating them or giving them tips or tricks on something that you've learned can be put into one of these formats and given away for free to anyone who's interested. It's really a great way of attracting your customer. How you create your lead magnets. There's obviously a couple of sites that you can go to pay for it. And Fiverr and Upwork are usually at the top of the list. They're just really easy to work with, and they're free to create your account and all that. You can also write it by yourself or create your video or PDF or training. And they are not very costly. Depending on how much work you want to put into it, or if you want the other person who you're ordering from to do the whole thing, they can literally range from $5 to a couple of $100. And to have a really professional ebook or report or PDF done by someone that you can offer to all of your clients, I think it's a great help to just kind of stand out from all this big crowd of network marketers and just differentiate yourself. You're branding yourself. You're, just creating a different kind of name for yourself by offering this free training, basically, in the beginning of your funnel.
Yeah, if I could just add in there, Juana, I think,
sure.
Think about, and this is where this training is really, really important. And kudos to Juana for bringing this forward, because think about what 90+% of all the other network marketers out there doing. The ones that are online. I'm not talking about the old school, like belly to belly, walking around malls and cold market, all that stuff. I'm talking about the folks that are on, okay? The folks that are online, what are 90+% of those folks doing? They're probably posting all over Facebook. They're probably spamming their link in groups, messages, doing all that stuff. They're probably just driving a ton of traffic just to their company link. And, that's, if you're driving a lot of traffic, one, you're taking action, which is good. And two, I mean, if your company has a good funnel, which, Now Lifestyle does, those are good things, but that's what the majority of people are doing. So what can you do, just like Juana mentioned, like what are you doing to differentiate yourself? What are you doing to raise your bar and set yourself apart from everybody else? And a lead magnet is a great way to do that, and it's a great way to brand you. And video marketing is a great way to do that. Ebooks are a phenomenal way to do that, but it's just a really good way that you can set you apart from everybody else.
Exactly. And when you're brand new, it's perfectly fine to just, use whatever the company's giving you until you learn everything and all that. But as you move along, and if you really love this process, creating your own unique funnels and just standing out from the crowd, it is the best way to do it. And if you're going to start driving real traffic and not rely just on the free Facebook and Instagram, and if you're going to go into solo ads or Facebook ads or Bing ads or anything like that, having a funnel that has a lead magnet in the front goes a long way. And as we said, they're not very costly. You can literally go to Fiverr and create your book for $20 and then an ebook cover for $5 and you're done. Or if you like it and you are a writer, like some of us like to do, I like to create my own ebook and then I send it over to Fiverr to a professional writer just so they can make little tweaks so it looks professional, and to just kind of double check that I did not have any kind of syntax errors or misspell or anything like that. And they can just, go over your document and make small changes and give it back to you for like $10. So it's pretty amazing.
I think just one point to add there is we can kind of stem it off of this page here too, is a lot of people might think that, and maybe I'm putting the cart before the horse here. We'll talk about this a little later, but a lot of people get overwhelmed and think that, what am I going to write about? How can I possibly write an ebook? I'm brand new. I don't have any experience. I've never done this sort of thing before. This is part of that taking massive imperfect action, and think about yourself for a second. Because ultimately, I'll give you guys an example. Ultimately, I use Facebook ads to drive most of my traffic. And when I look at the type of people that I end up, most of my leads, probably 80% of my leads come from men that are 35 to 40. Well, guess what? I'm a dude and I'm 35 to 40, okay? I don't target 18-year-old or 19-year-old like college students. I just don't. I market to them, but the type of people that see what I have to offer and click on it and go through the process it's almost like your perfect avatar, like a mirror image of you. So when you think about who you would market to, you're looking for other people that are like yourselves, that are like-minded. If you have a family, you might be marketing to other families. If you're young and single, you might be marketing to other young and single people. So when you put an ebook together, think about who you're going to market to and maybe what the needs of that person might be, or what the needs of you are. What are 3 things that would really help you? What are 5 things that would really help you? Do a Google search, do a YouTube search, get a little bit of content together, and then that's the stuff that you take over to Fiverr and say, hey, these are the 5 bullet points that I want to write an ebook about. You're done. And then you let them take it from there. You just need to start the process, but it's really not as hard as people might think. Sorry, I get excited about this.
Oh, no. That's okay. I love you chiming in and all that. It makes it easier to go through the slides if we do it together. So it's usually just choose an interesting topic, something that it would have helped you in the beginning if you're a little bit further down the road, or if you're brand new, think of things that you would like to learn and just, do that. do an interesting title, or like for your name too. And we'll show you a couple of examples on the next slides, what we're talking about. I like to make mine personal. So no matter what I'm writing, if it's an ebook or a report or any kinds of small PDFs for tips or tricks or anything like that, I like to put a short version of my story in the beginning. It's kind of like introducing yourself without actually having to be there and to talk to them face to face. I like to include a picture of myself. It just gives them an idea of who created the book, who's behind those ideas, and it brands you in the same time versus just having words on a page. We recommend to keep it short. I would say if you put together an ebook, maximum of 30 pages. You don't want to make it too long because you don't want them to get distracted. Ideally, you would like somebody to be able to read your book or any kind of lead magnet you're creating in one sitting, just so they don't put it off and then they forget about it or they find something else to do. It's not always the shortest the better. It's always quality versus quantity, but if you do small little things like Daniel said with my favorite 3 things this, or 5 tips to get your business started or anything like that, you can pretty much stay within this range and not create a very, very long story. You can also design or buy your book cover, as we already talked about, and that's really cheap on both of the sites that we mentioned. They're usually $5. Exactly.
Yep. And yeah, I mean, is $5 worth it to brand, brand yourself? Yeah. I mean, I wrote my ebook back in, October, November. And what's cool is I've taken the same ebook and I've probably put 6 different covers on it, just to kind of remarket and repurpose it. But I mean, it's like the gift that keeps on giving, man. You just keep going with it. It's great. And Janet also brings up a really good thing. She says in the ebook, or like when you're giving away your lead magnet, you don't give away everything. So as an example, like if you're talking about 5 tips to this or 3 tips to that, you don't literally spell out every single point on exactly how to do something, but you're going to give them a good general overview. And I know for me, and I'm sure Juana's too, like that's what our ebooks do. And if they really want more information to get really detailed and, start a business or take their existing business to the next level, then they have to go, they have to take that next step, which is typically either reaching out to us or joining us or doing something that involves either a product or a service that we offer through the lead magnet.
Exactly.
So here's a couple.
Get their feet wet. Yeah, those are some of our examples, books we created in the past. I'm using it still. I do have, like Daniel said, I think 3 different book covers for this one. And I keep changing them and testing them. And it's really funny because it works differently with a different audience. So for Facebook ads, I think my other one works where I'm actually not even showing my face. I'm on a bicycle and you can just see me like from the back, which is kind of funny. On Instagram, this one works the best, and in my emails. So it's all about trying different things, just like with your funnel. You have to have a couple variations and always test, always try to improve your opt-in rates and your open rates and all that. And that's the fun of the business. I know in the beginning, I was really overwhelmed by that fact that you have to constantly tweak stuff and test and everything. I really thought that it's like, oh, you do it once and you forget about it. Well, it works for a while, but after, quite a few people see it, you have to make little changes and see if you can improve it. And especially as we grow during this process and everything, and you learn more stuff, you're going to go back to the first email you ever wrote or the first video you ever did. And you're like, oh my God, that was me. Really? You're not going to believe how much you grew throughout the process.
Yeah, and to give you guys an example, like the cover that we're looking at right here, Social Media Domination, 5 Steps to Automated Profits Using Social Media, That cover, like I've toyed around with that cover numerous times, and sometimes like just the word domination, how it's in green. I've done it in light blue. I've done it in dark blue. I've done it in dark green, light green, and you split test what works. But really, at the end of the day, guys, like here's a honest example is that when I use, Juana mentioned Instagram, I do 99% of my advertising for all of my business through Facebook ads, but Facebook also owns Instagram, so I can advertise on Instagram through Facebook ads. And this ebook right here I'm looking at has generated me anywhere from 45 to 50 leads per day just from Instagram, just using that one ebook that I paid $5 for. So when you can find something that works, and it's just about testing and tweaking and doing all those things, but it's also going through the process that we talked about earlier. But when you can find something that works, and now that brands me, just like Juana's book brands her. And what's also great about using a lead magnet like this, whether it be a video or a PDF or a training or an ebook or whatever it is, when you can use a lead magnet that has your face, that has your picture, that has, something where you are giving value to somebody else, you also, and this, please just write this down, you give yourself what's called authority positioning, all right? And authority positioning automatically gives you leverage over everybody else in this industry, over everybody else. When you can create authority positioning, people go to you as that like go-to person, that someone just that has more experience, or someone that maybe someone might want to follow because, well, hey, they got an ebook, they must know what they're doing. And when you can give yourself authority positioning by branding yourself, by creating a lead magnet like that, then that's a great thing. That is really a great thing to do. So, and of course, I understand that, like, if you guys are brand new to this and you're just getting your feet wet, you're just going through getting your email set up and all that stuff, this might be a little high level, but these are the type of things that you want to work. Me, I'd say 6 to 8 months of being online before I got my ebook, before I went that route. So, it may be something you can do it from day one if you want. If you're creative, if you're resourceful, if you're passionate and determined, go for it. But these are the types of things that you work towards. And in the meantime, if you're brand new, like we mentioned earlier, you can use the lead magnet funnels that are in the Now Lifestyle back office, which is the free funnel or the best shape funnel. Those are both lead magnets because they offer a free video in exchange for an email address. All right. So,
Exactly.
All right, cool. We'll go to the next one.
This is just kind of the way we put together. This is Danielle's opt-in page, and it's very basic. You're just basically reiterating what's already on the book by putting the title again on top of where they need to enter their name and email and all that, and you have a copy of that book, like an actual picture of it. It could be most of mine are very basic like this. There's nothing complicated about them or anything like that. You just need that picture of your cover and a headline, and there you go. And like that, they know off the bat what they're getting without having to go through a lot of steps or anything like that. And this is a great way of attracting them if they want and they're interested in your free download.
Yeah, and I've always found that, and trust me, I've tested multiple different capture pages. Simple works best. And that's
Always.
Typically why if I'm going to do a capture page, I'm either going to use an all white background or an all black background and have as minimal amount of text on there as possible. And that's why, honestly, like some of the capture pages that are in the Now Lifestyle back office, which is funnel number 8, the free funnel, and the best shape funnel, those were 3 funnels that I designed, but they were designed on purpose to keep them very simple. It's just a simple picture and either one or two very simple phrases, and they convert but they also convert really well. And when you have a capture page that has like all these crazy color pictures, all this text, all this stuff, people get lost in that. People get lost in that. And you want to, people have very, very short attention spans. And when you can keep their attention focused on just one or two very simple things, that's when you win. And that's when you get people to, give you that exchange, give you their email address in return for the lead magnet or the capture page or whatever you just presented to them.
And you're not giving them.
Here's another example.
At the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is a different book that I have that I created a funnel for. I've been kind of using both of them to see what works best. Looking at it here, I like the book. I don't like the headlines so much anymore. I will have to go and change that a little bit. And that's the beauty of it. It's like once. Go ahead.
Yeah, the top two lines, you could the digital entrepreneur in 3 steps to, you could probably take both of those out and just follow this 10-minute strategy and then be done with it.
Yeah.
But then again, that's the beauty of split testing is you could take out 1 line or you could take out 2 lines and split test. What works better, and numbers don't lie. So if one tests better than the other, then that's the one that you use.
Yep, and this is my newest book, so I'm excited for it to see how it will do. It was just completed last week, so.
Awesome. That's a good feeling, huh?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. So again, those are just 2 ideas that once you actually put your, and this is, we're putting the cart before the horse here a little bit because this is the very last slide, but when we were looking at this last night, we took the slides and then we wanted to show you guys, some pictures of what we're talking about, just to see, what a lead magnet looks like, and also what you do. Like once you create an ebook, then what do you do with it? And then you can put it into a capture page. Yeah, Monica, don't worry. There's going to be a replay. You'll be able to see it right from the beginning and see how we get our ebooks, where we get our ebooks, all that sort of stuff, the sites that we use. So yeah, once you have your book, then obviously you just take it and you can put it into a capture page. Now, just realize this too. I just want to chime in with this as well. Is if you guys are using, if you're going to do like an ebook or some type of value-based branded capture page and funnel, then obviously you're going to have to use a third-party system. You're not going to be able to do that inside of Now Lifestyle because that option just isn't there yet. So you're going to have to use like a ClickFunnels or an Online Sales Pro. And I love them both. They're both great systems. They both work really well, simple, easy to use. But you're going to have to use a third-party funnel system like that where you can create that. And then instead of inside of the system, inside your Now Lifestyle business, instead of using the lead capture system, you're just going to have to use the autoresponder because you're going to have to take your custom funnel and then just connect it to the autoresponder. But, I can tell you from experience and from doing it over the last 4 months that it works great. So it's just a matter of doing a little legwork, getting it done, and doing it. So that being said, so once you have your capture page, and then one of the things that we like to do, and Juana, you can kind of chime into this too, is once they go through your capture page, it's like, okay, now that they're interested in the ebook, then where do they go, right?
Exactly. We like to create a very short, maybe a 60-second video, just kind of to introduce yourself before you send them to your offer. So usually they're very simple and basic, and you don't have to reiterate your whole story in this one. It's just kind of thanking them for opting in and for showing interest. And if they want to learn more of what you have to say, they can click the button and go to the next, show them your opportunity. But do you actually have the video to play, Daniel?
I do, yeah. And I'll show you guys that in a second. So what's great is once you give them, and this is what people have to learn, is once you give them the thing that they opted in for free. So when they said, yes, I want to see the free video, yes, I want the free ebook, yes, I want the free whatever it is, then it's your turn. Now you have the opportunity, really, once you have their attention, now you have the opportunity to do kind of whatever you want. And why, want to mention 60-second is, you want to put together a 60-second thank you or like what we call a bridge video. And a bridge is literally just that. It bridges the free over to the offer that you want to make them. It bridges that gap. So it's basically like a transitional video. And I'll play that for you here. So you can see this is my bridge video. So after someone goes through and they get my ebook, then they land on this bridge video. And again, simple, clean, short. It's about 60 seconds long, and you notice the text, my entire business exposed, and then that's it. White background, simple, clean, not overcomplicated in any way, because people have short attention spans. That's why you keep the video 60 seconds long. But my main goal here, is to get people to click on the link below. And the beauty of this, the beauty is, like, once you create an ebook capture page and you create a good transitional bridge video, you can put any offer. When people click that link, yes, I want to learn more, you can put anything behind that. So if you wanted to put one of the Now Lifestyle VSLs back there, if you wanted to put something else back there, you could do all of that. But it's once you go through those steps in that process and you put in the time and effort to create that, that's like a funnel for life. It really is. And I've used this funnel many, many different ways over with many different opportunities. But why don't we just we'll recap here, and then I'll actually play that video so people can see it.
Perfect. Sorry. So you have put in all the work to create your lead magnet and everything else. What do you do with it? So as we said, you have to have a call to action at the end of your whatever you're doing, book, report, PDF, video, or anything like that. Your last couple of lines should always be a call to action. And I like to include in everything that is written the link to the offer in kind of the last paragraph. Like that, even if they forget to go back to your funnel or anything like that, just by reading the book, at the end of it, if they can resonate with your story and if they're interested and they like what you had to say, they can kind of see what you're doing and which is the business that kind of got you where you're at right now. And it gives them an option to join you. So I like to do that, and I think Daniel has the calls to action as well. And in the video, we add that too. We always put in the call to action a couple of times when we do a video, just to make sure that people know why they're there. You would be surprised, but people like to be told what to do once they get to a page. So just by, making sure that you say, yes, please click on that link, it just kind of, makes it even stronger for them to take that step. Next, I usually upload my copies to Google Drive. And if you have a Gmail address, it's free. You just go in there and you upload all of them. And then it gives you a shareable link. And with that link, you can add it to your funnel or send it to people in an email or anything like that. And it's so much easier to share your book with everybody and anyone. And then we talked already about creating an opt-in page and including your book. And that's how you present it to your leads. And last one, just share your lead magnet with the entire world. The more people see it, the better chance you have of having more and more and more opt-ins and leads and a bigger team. It's a numbers game.
100%. It's cool. I didn't even realize this, but when I was on Instagram, I got tagged in a post. And anytime somebody tags me in a post, whether it be on Facebook or Instagram, I'm like, oh, geez, now what? And when I was scrolling through, the handle that tagged me, there's actually I should have looked it up, but there's actually I guess you can call it a handle or an account on Instagram of just free ebooks. And it said, and the post I was tagged in, it said free ebook alert. Here's a great new ebook from, at Daniel J. Kump. Download your free copy today. And I was like, whoa, I didn't know this existed. And it was really cool just to see that somebody saw my ebook and then tagged it on their site too. I was like, oh wow, that was really cool. But that's, when you share it with the world, I mean, you're getting it out there, you're getting into public view, public consumption, you're sharing that ebook with everybody. And, at the end of the day, you're just trying to get more leads out of that. So, like we had mentioned earlier, the beauty of it is once you set up your capture page and you have your free lead magnet, all right, once you go from, hey, here's this free whatever I'm going to offer you, right? And they put in their email address, now you have their attention. Once they put in their email address, now you have their attention. So then you go to the bridge video, and this is where you bridge the gap. You transition from, hey, I just gave you an ebook. Now, while you're here, what I'd like you to do is look at what I have to offer. So I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm going to play. I'm actually going to play my bridge video, just so you guys can hear it and see what that transition feels like and what that transition looks like. Okay. Share full screen. All right, Wanda, you can see my screen?
Yes.
All right, perfect. All right. Full, and then volume's at. Hopefully you guys can hear this. Just let me know if you can hear this. Hopefully you can. Oops, my bad.
Hey, what's going on, my friend Daniel J. Kump here. First off, I thank you and I appreciate you watching this video and downloading my free ebook. I hope those same 5 elements help you just as much as they've helped me and allow me the freedom lifestyle to be able to travel the world and speak in front of hundreds. So double check your spam folder and make sure that the valuable content that I'm going to send you lands in your inbox. Also, when you click that link below, I want to share with you the same done-for-you system that has allowed me this freedom lifestyle to literally be able to be on the most beautiful beaches in the world and travel to the most luxurious resorts. Literally, in the last few months, I used to struggle big time being out of the house 13 hours a day, and now I have the ultimate time freedom. So click that link below, and I want to share with you that same done-for-you system that has allowed me to do just that. So click that link below. I'll see you on the next page, and I'll also see you at the top of the mountain, guys.
So you can hear that?
Awesome. Yes.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I was watching on Facebook. It looks like it's a little, I don't know if it's just the bandwidth trying to catch up, but I'll go back to this. So,
Bravo.
I mean, what's cool about that bridge video is, I don't know if you guys noticed that I didn't mention Now Lifestyle. I didn't mention a specific company. And what's cool is when you keep it generic like that, it creates intrigue. And like Janet had mentioned earlier, you don't give it all away. You don't come out of the bridge. I don't start the bridge video and say, hey, now that you have my ebook, let me tell you about Now Lifestyle. It's this really cool thing. You leave something left to the imagination there. So when I say I want to share with you this, I use the words done for you system, because once you set up your emails, it is pretty much done for you. But I say when you click the link below, you're going to see the same done for you system that has allowed me to live this freedom lifestyle. And by using certain words, certain sentences, and certain phrases like done for you system, And I give people that call to action, and I say it, I think I said it 3 times in that bridge video, click the link below. It's okay to give people something to do. You know, give them an actionable something to do, like click the link below, read the book, watch the video, whatever it is, because when you can give that call to action, you only have people's attention span for a very short amount of time. And when you can give them something to do, when you can get them to that next step. So when people click that link below, you know, they click and then they watch a video about Now Lifestyle. They see the same opportunity that I'm doing right now. And that's the beauty of a bridge video, is you can use that to transition into anything that you want. All right. So
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's
Sorry, if you're technical like Daniel and everything, you can make your video to look beautiful like that. If you're not, you can literally just grab your phone, hold it sideways, and record yourself for 30 to 60 seconds saying what you have to say and post that. If you want it to look cool and you are not able to do it yourself, same 2 websites, Fiverr or Upwork.com. They can definitely change around your video and edit it and modify it and making it look however you want to look. And those are pretty cheap too. It's about $5 to $10 for them just to add a couple of titles on it or headlines or anything, or a call to action at the end. And it's not costly at all. And as we said, you do it once and you can use it for your business for months and months to come. So it's not like an expense that you would have to do every single day, like we do when we run traffic or anything else. This is, you do it once, a couple of different cover books just to see which one works best, and a bridge video, and you're all set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it just, trust me, the more that you do it, the more that you make videos, the more that you go through the process of creating your own ebook or PDF or whatever it is, the easier it will be. You just got to start. And that's why in the beginning we talked about starting, making that decision, and then taking massive imperfect action. And you know, this phone right here.
Yep.
99.9%, and the other 0.1 is my GoPro. But 99.9% of all the videos that I make are right here on my phone. And I just hold it sideways and I record, like that bridge video that you just saw, that was on my iPhone. I recorded it on my iPhone, and then I could have used just the video, which I did in the very beginning when I first started making bridge videos about 10 months ago. I was just using my iPhone, and I wasn't using any other editing or anything like that. I was using my iPhone, and to be honest with you, the first bridge video that I did, it probably took me 25 takes to get it right, but I was so determined to do it, I just kept doing it. And now I can bang out bridge videos like nothing, but it's just from practicing. And what's great is, you know, like I said, you don't need any fancy equipment. I just took my iPhone, turned it sideways. But now the editing that you did, you know, so you saw the overlays of, you know, being at the resort and parasailing, and, you know, there were other little, you know, I had some taglines in there. That was all done on iMovie, which if you have a MacBook, an iPad, you know, basically anything Apple, you have iMovie, it's completely free. And again, I didn't know how to use it in the beginning, but I made that decision that this is what I want to do. So I just learned it as I went, and I figured it out. So you guys can too. I mean, if I can figure this stuff out, you guys can figure this stuff out. I'm no different than anybody else. I'm just a normal dude from New Hampshire. I came from a retail background. I used to stock shelves, you know. I'm not anybody special. I just figured things out along the way, and I'm passionate about helping other people, and that's it. And if you want more, you've made that decision, you want more in your life, you want a better result, whatever that result is, just be resourceful and figure out how to do stuff. And the answer is always out there. And, you know, honestly, people reach out to me every day. I'm stuck here. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. And it's like, I can give everybody the answer, but sometimes you just got to figure things out, because no matter what it is that you want to do, whatever you want to do in this business or in life, the answer is out there. You just got to go get it. And, you know, we obviously want to create a community of support and and everything around Now Lifestyle. And those are great things. But, in order to be successful, to find your own success, you also have to go get your own success. No one's going to hand it to you. No, just by being part of a great community doesn't mean that you're going to be successful. It's going to increase your chances for sure, because you surround yourself with great, positive, like-minded people, but you also need to, get out there and do some of this work. But it will pay off 1,000 times over, I guarantee you, if you just keep going and you never quit and you stay consistent and you do the things that it's going to take to find success.
Exactly. And like Daniel said, you guys can always reach out to us and ask questions and everything, and we're always more than happy to help. But if it's something like a little technical or how to do something or whatever, the internet and YouTube and specifically, they're a great tool. You can find trainings and literally training videos step by step on almost anything out there. And that's how we learn most of our stuff. You go to whatever opportunity you're with, you watch the training in the back office, and if that's not enough to get you going and you need something more, go to YouTube. I promise you the answer will be there 99% of the time.
100%. Yeah, half of the certain editing that I do in iMovie, I learned on YouTube. And here's the funniest part is I'm learning most of what I know. And this is the God's honest truth. I'm 40 years old. Okay. I'm learning most of what I learned in iMovie from a 17-year-old girl on the other side of the planet, because she has like over 1 million YouTube followers, but she's crazy into iMovie. She has like I'll have to get you her name, but she has probably dozens of iMovie training videos where she teaches you how to do all these cool things in iMovie. And it's like, but you just figure that stuff out. You get resourceful. You go figure that stuff out, and it's cool because like here I am, 40 years old, learning from someone who's 17. But it's amazing because she's so good at what she does. And just like I consider one of my mentors, Nick Anderson, who's 24 years old, but he's also making $50,000 a month, and he's an amazing marketer, and he's going to be in Cabo. I'm going to be in Cabo. Juana's going to be in Cabo. Janet's going to be in Cabo. We're all going to be working together and, working together to, create the best marketing we can to explode our business going into the fall. And hopefully you guys, I hope to see so many of you people in Cabo. If you haven't booked your trip yet, then just take that step. Just do it. Just get there and then figure everything else out later. That's could probably be one of the best decisions you'll ever make, but you won't regret it for a second when you're there. I promise you that.
Yeah, this will be a great networking.
Yeah, no doubt. Juana, really appreciate you for putting these slides together and putting this presentation together and helping everybody figure out what a lead magnet is and how they can use it, and giving them all these tips. A lot of questions of will there be a replay? Yes, there will be a replay on the in the Now Lifestyle group or on Joel's fan page. You guys can see the Facebook Live replay there, which will have everything that we just went through. You guys can catch that. So yeah, guys, if you would throw a lot of love and appreciation for Juana, either on over here on Facebook Live or in the groups. Just give her a lot of nice round of applause for putting this together. Boom.
Let us know if you guys have any questions them after the fact too, and then our lifestyle page. I'll double check with you guys if you have any questions or anything like that for the next couple of hours, and we'll answer those. Monica's asking us if there's something like the iMovie on a smartphone. I know iMovie is available if you have an iPhone, and I'm sure there's a variation of it on Android too. And I will put in the comments. I think I have 4 other sites, the names of it, if you have a PC and not a Mac, that you can download. 2 of them are free. 2 of them have a membership, but it's pretty cheap. But I'll give you definitely all names, and you can check them out. And they're pretty easy just to edit and to get yourself going and play around with them with your videos.
Yeah, I know iMovie is on iPhone. So if you do have an iPhone, you do have iMovie there. I'll be honest with you, it's a lot easier to use if you have like a MacBook or like a desktop Mac. It's also on if you have an iPad, iMovie's on there too. I've toyed around with it on the phone. And then every time I do, I come right back to my MacBook. Maybe it's just a comfort thing. I don't know. I'm just used to it here. But I know people that use their phones and they use iMovie and they do a great job. So again, if you're just being resourceful, I'm sure you can figure it out.
And it's probably just a preference thing, just because you have the bigger, wider screen, so it's easier to see what you're doing than on your little phone. But I know people who do it straight from their phone, especially if you just want to add your name and a couple of tags. It is possible. It depends on what you're trying to do with your video, obviously, but it can be done from the phone.
Therese is asking screen capture for video for iPad. I know for me, when I use my MacBook or my tablet, if you use QuickTime, in QuickTime you can do a whole screen share. You can do a video recording for a screen share. So yes, you can do that.
So who's ready to create their first lead magnet?
Yeah. Get resourceful, guys. Get out there and do it.
Yeah, and one thing that we didn't...
I'm telling you, it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
We didn't mention this throughout because we were kind of showing you guys examples of ebooks and stuff like that. But if you're creating just a simple PDF or a report, to keep it personal too, and just put a little picture, like a headline at the top with your picture or something on it, just so it creates that relationship right off the bat.
Gabrielle is asking, do you put links to NLS in your ebook? So typically, I know what I probably want to do is at the end of our ebook, I either have a link that goes to whatever I'm marketing at the time, or it goes to like my website, like growwithdaniel.com, or it'll go to that, or typically it's going to go to something that's branded to me, some type of web address that's branded to me. And what's great is, like in GoDaddy, I can just go to GoDaddy and I can swap out that link anytime I want. So I wouldn't put a Now Lifestyle branded link or any BizOp Opportunity branded link. I would get your own domain and do something that's branded to you. So, if your name is Michael, you can do Grow with Michael, Learn with Michael, travel with Michael, something that's generic but branded to the industry and branded to yourself. And then what's great is you can change that link out to whatever you want to offer them with GoDaddy. Ron saying, where do you send people after your bridge? Right now I send them to a Now Lifestyle Opportunity. So it just goes to just a Now Lifestyle video. All right, guys, if there's no more questions, awesome. Appreciate you guys for chiming in, asking your questions, hanging out, and spending an hour on a Saturday here with us. And hopefully you guys got some great value out of this. Stay tuned next week. Also, stay tuned every Thursday night as Janet takes you through some amazing Now Lifestyle tips and tricks. And also stay tuned every Saturday at 10 a.m. When either myself and many special guests will be blinding you guys with science and awesome information that you guys can use to take your business to a whole nother level. So hopefully you guys got some value out of this, and hopefully you guys had some fun. Other than that, Juana, any last words of wisdom?
That's about it. Thanks for spending your Saturday with us. And if you have any questions, like always, reach out to us. We will be able to help, I hope. If not, we'll ask somebody else and we'll always get you the answer. But we're always here for you guys. So just let us know if you need anything, and have a good weekend.
Awesome. Janet, thanks for helping out in the background there. Appreciate that, and appreciate all you guys for watching. Juana, thank you. And we will see you on the next video. Have a great weekend, guys.
Bye.